On a Sunday evening in Tampa, John Clark, 53 years old, walked out to trim the weeds in his own front yard. He never saw the huge wasp nest. It was in the ground. 4 stings, and less than 1 hour later, he was dead. What I'm about to show you costs $3, sits in the hardware aisle, and kills the entire colony.
You never touch the nest. You never climb a ladder. They carry it home and do the work for you. But almost every homeowner reaches for a can of wasp spray instead. And that is the one thing you must never do.
I'm Hank Walker. I'll show you why that can is dangerous, and then exactly how to mix the $3 fix.
So let's start with that can, because understanding why it fails is what keeps you out of an ambulance. It is the most dangerous thing in your garage right now, and not for the reason you would guess. A honeybee stings once and dies. A yellow jacket worker has a smooth stinger. It pulls out clean and goes again. Washington State University entomologists are blunt about it. Spraying individual yellow jackets is of little value. If you kill the queen in midsummer, the workers simply raise a new one. The colony does not stop. And here is the real reason. A yellow jacket sting releases an alarm pheromone that tells the whole colony to attack. One sting beside an active nest becomes 6 in seconds, 60 if the colony is big enough. So the can does not kill the colony. It just tells the colony where you are standing.
I want to go back to John Clark because the ending matters more than the warning does.
Julie held his hand on their floor. He told her he loved her. Then he stopped breathing. In Sarasota, deputies found a 47-year-old man named Christopher Nelson near a set of train tracks. He had been stung hundreds of times. Not 4, hundreds. He did not survive it. The operator who destroyed that nest said it plainly. They sting over and over. That is why he was overcome. In Winchester, New Hampshire, Brian Baker Jr. was doing electrical work outside when a yellow jacket stung him twice. He was 34. He knew he was allergic. His wife Mandy had an EpiPen in her hand and used it. She called 911. She said he stopped breathing before the ambulance even arrived. Medics worked on him for 45 minutes. He died anyway. The EpiPen was not enough. And in Attleboro, Massachusetts, a 53-year-old woman fell onto a hidden ground nest in her own yard. She was stung more than 500 times. Firefighters were stung. The emergency room staff were still fighting them off.
Now here is the part almost nobody tells you. None of this is random. It is a calendar.
Every yellow jacket colony you have this year started in spring with one single queen, alone. All summer she builds. By August, that nest can hold well over 1,000 workers. And in August, something changes inside that nest. The colony starts raising next year's queens. Those new queens need protein, so the workers stop being gardeners and start being hunters. That is why they're suddenly at your barbecue, your soda can, your trash lid. They are hunting. The Alabama Cooperative Extension warns that ground vibration from a lawnmower alone can provoke a swarm of hundreds. Their words: mowing lawns can be hazardous during the late summer season when colonies are large.
So you are not imagining it. They really did get meaner this month. And it gets worse until the first hard frost. Which is why the fix has to kill the colony, not the wasp. Here is the one that does.
It costs about $3. It is boric acid, sold in the hardware aisle as roach powder. You are not going to spray it. You are going to let them carry it home for you. This is a bait station. The workers drink, fly back to the nest, and feed it to the colony. Feed it to the larvae. Feed it to the queen. That is how a whole nest goes quiet. The trick is the dose, and almost everyone gets it wrong. Mix it too strong, and it fails. Too strong, and it tastes bitter. Or it kills the forager before she ever makes it home. You want it weak enough that she feels nothing and keeps coming back for 3 days straight. 1 to 3 teaspoons of boric acid into half a gallon of liquid. That is the whole recipe. Use fruit juice, not plain sugar water. Honeybees do not take fruit juice. Yellow jackets love it. Put a stick in the container so they can climb out. A drowned wasp carries nothing home. Set it in shade, out of the wind, at least 20 feet from where your family sits. And put it where no child and no dog can ever reach it. Boric acid is not candy. Then leave it alone. You will see fewer wasps in 5 days. Most colonies are gone in 14. You never went near the nest. You never got stung. That is the entire point of this method.
Now, I promised you honesty, so here is where you stop and call somebody. If the nest is inside a wall, in the ground where children play, or anyone at home is allergic, call a professional. And never pour gasoline down a nest. It does not work. It poisons your soil and it starts fires. $3, no ladder, no spray can, nobody stung. That's how we do it around here. Hit subscribe if you want more free fixes for the pests around your house. I'll see you next time.